Hello everyone, welcome to another video at Sports Royale, where we bring to you your royal dose of cricket madness. In today's video, we're going to talk about the final game of the Champions Trophy. India and New Zealand will be locking horns after 25 years in an ICC ODI tournament. So the two most deserving teams have already made it to the final, and it's going to be an interesting battle. Naman Shah, what's your take on this?
My take right now is should Shami bowl or should Arsh bowl? Because I just heard news that he hasn't bowled his entire set in the practice today. So now do we still play him or do we just surprise Arsh?
I don't think that's going to be a good idea because Arshdeep has not played any game in this tournament.
भाई
So
बट आधा फ्रंट लाइन बॉलर नहीं है हमारे पास अंडरस्टैंड दिस इफ शामी का पैर ऐसा हो गया खत्म
that's also true. Rehan, what do you think about
And
this?
But I think 50% Shami is also, you know, more than 100%. 100% of Arshdeep. But ठीक है. I don't think the change will happen.
नो नो
But
आई होप नॉट बिकॉज
hmm,
एक विराट को भी आज कुछ लगा है प्रैक्टिस में एंड ही
Right.
स्टॉप
right.
प्रैक्टिस एंड लेफ्ट
Hmm.
तो ऑलरेडी मेरा थोड़ा ये हो गया है कि अभी खत्म चलो वापस खड़ा हूँ आज भी वही चालू मेरा
Okay, assuming if
बट
Shami is fit, do you think will India go unchanged in this game?
दे हैव टू देयर इज नो चॉइस सी वन यूर प्लेइंग ऑन एन ओल्ड पिच बिकॉज आ गया न्यूज के लीक आ गया कि अरे पाकिस्तान वाली पिच नाउ द पाकिस्तान पिच इज द सेम पिच दैट वाज राइट बिसाइड द ऑस्ट्रेलिया पिच सो दैट पिच हैज इक्वली बीन यूज्ड बिकॉज एक तो बैट्समैन भाग रहा था उस पे फील्डिंग उस पे ही हो रही थी कहीं ना कहीं बॉल भी उस पे बाउंस हो रहा था तो पिच यूज हुआ है So for that reason, Pakistan, Australia, and now New Zealand. So we have an old pitch. Going with a seamer right now makes no sense. So it would be better to have at least a spinner who understands how the ball works, especially with the likes of Jadeja, Kuldeep, and Aksar backing him. कि तू फेल हुआ तो हम है पीछे. So you have four proper frontline spinners and two frontline seamers. So बराबर है यार टीम बैलेंस भी अच्छा है बैटिंग भी कर लेते हैं बॉलिंग भी बराबर है to now change it to go back to Harshit would be a gamble at best because Harshit is not good.
Okay. So do you think toss will play a crucial role in tomorrow's game, knowing that we already know India versus Pakistan में जो pitch use हुआ था वही use होने वाला है?
The only reason I
Not
feel एक
really.
मिनट रेहान को बोल दो पहले
Not really. मेरे को नहीं लगता है. I think India would be, inclined to chase whatever the condition is. But her toss will not make a difference. As it is, I think Rohit Sharma has lot was 15 tosses in a row.
14
14. कल 15.
कल
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 15
15 हो
हाँ
जाएगा.
तो तो आई डोंट थिंक मेक्स मच ऑफ अ डिफरेंस बट हाँ कंडीशंस ज्यादा ज्यादा सेम ही रहेगा.
ऑलरेडी अभी बहुत सारी
बस
कंट्रोवर्सी हो गई है कि इंडिया अपने सारे मैचेस दुबई में खेल रही है, उनको एडवांटेज है. इवन केन विलियमसन अग्रीड टू इट, सैटनर अग्रीड टू इट, इवन द हेड कोच ऑफ न्यूजीलैंड गैरी स्टेड अग्रीड टू इट.
इनफैक्ट इनफैक्ट शमी ऑल्सो अग्रीड टू इट.
Yes, but do you guys really think India have an advantage, or is
अरे
it that
गंभीर बोला ना कि काहे का एडवांटेज हम खेलते तो साला आईसीसी क्रिकेट सेंटर दुबई में जो बीचों बीच है दुबई के वी ओनली कम हियर अ डे बिफोर द मैच लाइक एवरी अदर टीम right? So if the ICC Cricket Center suddenly is a closed off area with no sunlight, nothing, suddenly is replicating match conditions, I don't think so. Right? इंग्लैंड 3 मैच लाहौर के रास्ते पे खेला तीनों तीन में हार मान गया तो क्या इंग्लैंड को अनफेयर एडवांटेज नहीं था डिड दे नॉट रियलाइज 3 मैचेस इन आल्सो हाउ टू प्ले
एंड व्हेन इंडिया टूर इंग्लैंड तो वहां पे भी इफ यू सी नॉटिंघम लीड्स ये सब भी 2-2 घंटे के डिस्टेंस पे है. इट इज नॉट दैट दे आर लाइक क्लोज बाय. सो 2 hours फ्लाइट डजंट मेक मच ऑफ अ डिफरेंस बट ठीक है. यू हैव एन एडवांटेज व्हेन यू आर प्लेइंग ऑन द सेम पिच. दैट्स अबाउट इट.
Yeah, plus I agree with the fact that both Australia and South Africa had to travel to Dubai just because semi-final एक दिन बाद था और फिर एक को वापस जाना पड़ा वो फालतू था like that was really dumb planning from the ICC and PCB but otherwise the rest I don't think it's unfair fair anything of that sort considering every team no matter what if you're playing a multinational tournament you have to travel now considering the geopolitical dynamics of India Pakistan नहीं खेलेगा इंडिया पाकिस्तान में नाउ सी द पॉइंट इज इंडिया कुड वेरी वेरी वेर बुली द बोर्ड जिनसे विच दे डिड आल्सो कि नहीं हमको नहीं खेलना चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी तुम लोग अपने अपने में खेल लो प्ले वेस्ट इंडीज और प्ले श्रीलंका वी डोंट नो Like losing out on the Champions Trophy doesn't even make a dent in our revenues. We don't care. But then, because we are that big a juggernaut, broadcasters started pulling out. Everything happened. So if you want India there, you will have to work with how India works. That is as simple as that.
Right, makes sense. So we got to know that New Zealand are currently sweating over Matt Henry's fitness, and even their head coach made a statement that he may or may not play tomorrow's game. So does that give the opponent team some sort of a mental advantage when you know he's the leading wicket taker in the tournament so far?
It does, definitely. I think he has done very well against India, even in the past. With the new ball, with the old ball, he has a tendency of picking wickets. So, yeah, that would be an advantage if he doesn't make it to the side. But I think New Zealand have enough options as well on the
So who do you
bench.
think will replace Matt Henry?
I think Nathan Smith, I believe. Is Lockie Ferguson a part of the team? I don't think so. I believe Nathan Smith has played one game against Pakistan. So I believe he will be playing.
And
I just want to believe Kedar. I see. Okay, one, I'm an overthinker, so I'm just overthinking this and think they're playing the double glove. कि इंडिया को थोड़ा रिलैक्स करते फिर मैट एंड्री आएगा पिच पे.
could be a
It can
possibility,
be.
yes.
No, it can be.
And we all saw like
Because
what Williamson, Rachin Ravindra, and Mitchell Santner did in the semifinal against South Africa. So how big of a threat do you think these three guys are going to be against India tomorrow?
Kane not so much. Santner and Ravindran are my biggest issues because if Ravindran gets going, see, with batsmen the thing is एक बार set हो गए तो set हो गए. Now with most batsmen you take a few overs. With Ravindran it's 2 4 and he's set. He suddenly realizes what's happening. He's hyper aware that way. So we should, like, in no way, shape, or form should we be giving him the room to settle down. Keep him on his toes, keep him running around but not scoring. Even if you don't get him out, you know he's not well settled, so he could get out, or he could run his teammate out. And with Santner, his pitch reading ability is off the charts. Like even in the game with us, he was their better bowler, although he's somewhat of an all-rounder and a part-timer as compared to the other mainstream bowlers like Jamieson with that larger swing could figure out how to get most wickets, and Santner was able to figure out and keep us in check. So he's my biggest worry because on a spinning pitch, if he's read the pitch well, we have a lot of problems.
At the end of the day, थला की कैप्टनसी का कमाल है. यहाँ भी उनको क्रेडिट मिल चुका है फाइनली.
हाँ हाँ, किसी ने तो दिया.
आई थिंक सुरेश रैना ने उसको क्रेडिट दिया था, और
Suresh Raina.
राइडू भी था शायद, नॉट श्योर. सो your pick for the players to watch out for, three players on each side, India and New Zealand, for tomorrow's game.
I'll go
My what?
first.
Yeah, yeah,
हाँ, you
go
go.
first. Yes.
So Rachin makes the list, obviously. Rachin, Satna, and if. Okay, let me go with Jamieson because Matt Henry is 50-50. So Jamieson, Rachin, and Satna from New Zealand. And in terms of India, obviously Virat. And I would pick Jadeja and Pandya.
Interesting. Naman?
Top three from either team, right?
Yeah,
Rachin, Santner, and see, it's a toss-up if Mitchell plays Mitchell, otherwise Jamieson. And on the other end, it would be. See, I'm not even going to say Kohli because Kohli is just on some other plane right now. He's enjoying his cricket, let him be. I'm not saying his name, not jinxing him. So my other top three, bar the GOAT, are going to be Pandya, Chakravarti if he plays, if not then Rahul, and Pandya. अरे पांड्या तो बोल दिया. Shit. और कौन है? अक्सर.
Akshar Patel. Okay. So do you
What
guys
about
really
you?
think, okay, so my pick would be Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, and Varun Chakravarti from India. And from New Zealand, I would go with Daryl Mitchell, uh, Mitchell Satner, obviously, and Tom Latham.
Interesting.
दैट्स
सो
इशू विद न्यूजीलैंड, यू डोंट नो किसका सिक्का चमक जाएगा यार।
हाँ, वो अपने दिन पे कोई भी प्लेयर उनका चल जाता है एंड देन
अपने तो टॉप टू का ही सिक्का नहीं चमक रहा है यार, बाकी सब छोड़ो।
सिक्का ही हमारे फेवर में नहीं आ रहा है एट द मोमेंट, तो कुछ
एक्चुअली
बोल नहीं सकते।
बट
सो
आई थिंक रोहित बिकम वेरी इम्यून टू इट, कि हाँ जो भी आए आई डोंट माइंड एट दिस पॉइंट। कि लास्ट सेमीफाइनल में भी ही वाज लाइक आई डोंट माइंड आइदर बैटिंग और बॉलिंग। ब्रो यू गिवन अ प्रैक्टिकल लीड सिंस।
एज लॉन्ग एज यू विन, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
हम्म।
You lose out on toss.
who starts favorites tomorrow? Do you think has the upper hand? Which team?
India, of course. India has that confidence. They have beaten New Zealand on the same wicket. So I believe they will be the favorites tomorrow by far.
Aman?
India is the straight favorites because one, they've not traveled nothing, but also because you beat them once, you know how to beat them. It's just a mental game now. And I hope the T20 World Cup mentality carries on that we can win a final.
Okay, so on that note, we'll see you in another video. Let's hope India lift that Champions Trophy tomorrow and we don't have to deal with yet another trauma of losing another ICC tournament. अब हमारी सबकी स्पॉटिफाई प्लेलिस्ट रोहित भाई के हाथ में है, बचा लो भाई।
रोहित भाई स्कोर करो प्लीज।
हाँ प्लीज टॉस जीत
अभी
लो, टॉस जीत लो,
हाँ,
बाकी देख लेंगे हम।
हाँ, नहीं टॉस हारो तो भी चलेगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, प्लीज
मैच
जीतो।
जीतो. हाँ, मैच जीतो.
वी डोंट कंप्लेन अबाउट टॉसेस एज लॉन्ग एज मैच के एंड में आपके हाथ में ट्रॉफी है, नहीं तो ऐसा गोल्ड मेडल है। सिल्वर नहीं चाहिए, अभी बहुत हो गया।
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मिलते हैं गाइस, तब तक पता चल जाएगा कौन है चैंपियंस। तब तक लाइक, शेयर, कमेंट, सब्सक्राइब कर दो,
सब्सक्राइब।
बेल आइकन दबा दो, आपको नोटिफिकेशन आएगी। बाय।
जय हिंद।